Have you ever prayed with everything inside you? Your heart wide open, tears falling, faith rising, only to stand up afterward and feel like nothing actually changed? You prayed. You believed. Maybe for a moment you even felt peace, but then it came back. The same heaviness, the same delay, the same closed door. And slowly, a question starts forming in your mind. God, did you even hear me? Did I do something wrong? Let me say this gently, but clearly. Sometimes the problem isn't that God didn't hear your prayer. Sometimes the problem is what happens after you pray. Because prayer is not just a moment, it's a spiritual exchange. It's not just words drifting into the air, it's a transaction in the presence of God. And what you do after you pray can either protect what you released or quietly sabotage it. There are subtle mistakes, very common ones, that people make after praying. They weaken faith, delay answers, and block breakthroughs. And the most dangerous part is most people don't even realize they're doing them. So lean in for a moment, not with fear, but with awareness. This isn't about condemnation, it's about correction. Before we go any further, take a second to like this video so it can reach someone who really needs it. Subscribe if you want to grow deeper in your prayer life, and type this in the comments. My prayer will produce results. Now listen closely. One of the most common mistakes after prayer is letting doubt take root. You prayed in faith, but afterward, your mind turns into a courtroom. Every possibility gets questioned. Every outcome gets examined. Fear starts speaking. What if nothing happens? What if I prayed wrong? What if God says no? What if I'm not worthy? And suddenly, what started as worship turns into worry. Doubt is not just a feeling, it's a voice. And when you start agreeing with it, it gains power. Faith says God is able. Doubt whispers, but what if He doesn't? Faith says God is working. Doubt responds, then why don't I see it? Doubt is like a crack in a dam. Ignore it, and it grows. Feed it, and it breaks everything. It's like submitting a request to a king, and then walking away saying, he probably won't approve it. That's what doubt does. It questions God's character, His goodness, His integrity. But faith stands firm, even when nothing is visible. So when doubt knocks, don't entertain it. Don't sit with it. Don't let it narrate your future. Respond with truth. God, I trust you even when I don't see it. You are faithful. My answer is already in motion, because doubt after prayer is like digging up a seed just to check if it's growing. If you keep digging, you interrupt the process. Growth happens underground. Answers are formed in unseen places. Your job is not to force it. Your job is to protect your belief. Ask yourself, after I pray, do I leave it with God, or do I take it back and stress over it? Because faith releases and doubt reclaims. Another mistake people make is living in a way that contradicts what they just prayed for. They pray one thing, but their actions go in the opposite direction. They pray for peace, but stay in chaos. They pray for freedom, but return to the same habits. They pray for healing, but hold on to bitterness. They pray for wisdom, but ignore guidance. They want the outcome, without changing the behavior. But prayer is not magic. Prayer is partnership. And partnership requires alignment. Your daily choices must reflect what you asked for. If you pray for a better relationship but keep speaking harshly, you're working against your own prayer. If you pray for financial breakthrough but keep making careless decisions, you're contradicting it. If you pray for peace of mind but keep feeding your thoughts with fear, you're undoing it. God responds to faith, but He also honors obedience. Sometimes the delay isn't spiritual warfare, sometimes it's inconsistency. So after you pray, ask God this: Lord, what step do I need to take to stay aligned with what I just asked for? It might be something simple. an apology, a boundary, a discipline, a sacrifice. Many answers don't just come to you. They come through your obedience. Prayer invites movement. Obedience sustains it. Another mistake is rushing God's timing. You pray, and then you rush. You start forcing doors, making emotional decisions, trying to help God out. Silence feels like rejection. Waiting feels like failure. But God is not slow. He is strategic. He sees what you cannot see. He is aligning things you don't even know exist. Delay does not mean denial. Sometimes it means development. Character is being built. Strength is being formed. Perspective is being refined. When you rush, you risk creating something God never intended. And here's the truth: what you force, you have to maintain. But what God gives, He sustains. If you push your way into something too early, you carry the burden of keeping it alive. But when God opens a door, grace comes with it. Peace,